from the CV that was given to us, we have come to learn that you are an entrepreneur, you are running some businesses, and would love to hear from you. What advice would you give to somebody that is starting up as an entrepreneur? I believe many people would want to do something, but as we have come here, we want to receive wisdom on how best we can do that. What advice can you give to somebody that is starting up as an entrepreneur? Thank you.
I think the advice I can give to anybody who wants to start up something or you want to do business is seize the moment. There's a reason why at a given time you have that inspiration to do that business or to start up something. Now, a business that succeeds is a business that is beyond which comes upon your heart beyond the inspiration of just making money, but solving a problem. You have to understand that money is in problems, and the more the problems you solve, the more the money you make. So when you find a need, meaning you identify a problem, go for it. Seize that moment. There's a reason why you are the one God has given the opportunity to see that problem. And there's a reason. The reason is because He has given you the enough needed potential, ability, and insight on how to go about it. You may not understand it fully there and then, but trust me, once that need begins to come, when God begins to inspire you to go to do business, He always exposes you to problems. And you doing business should be about solving those problems. I remember how we started one of the businesses we were doing of publishing. How we started that business, it was very funny. We released our first book, Holy Spirit, my senior partner. After writing the book, where to print the book was a challenge. We tried, there was nothing. Okay? And eventually, by the grace of God, we managed to find some Chinese people who were doing, and they helped us. But what came in my mind is, if I can provide solution for this, we can go somewhere. I think for me, that was the move, that was the motive. All right? And I remember by the grace of God, I started having businesses before having anything. I started telling people, we can print your books. Okay, because everyone was talking about printing books, they were talking about taking somewhere else. But when I discovered a solution, I knew that this problem, I'll deal with it. So I began to advertise and call people to print books with us, and we'll go and subcontract just like that. And here we are right now running a company. It all started with identifying the need and meeting that need. The same way I remember some years ago, when we just came into Lusaka, I remember that every time I buy a suit, I'm wearing a suit, maybe going for a meeting, my friends would admire the way I'm wearing. Everything I'm wearing, they'll be like, why? Who sells this? I remember those days I was accusing my wife. I was saying, no, my wife sells suits. So if you want a suit, you can just tell me I buy for you. Because every question they were asking me, they were helping me to identify a gap, to identify a problem. And I knew that if I'm going to solve this problem, I'm going to make some profits. And that's how I managed to be making profits. And also that managed to sustain us, because I began to supply suits. I began to supply the printing of books from just what I identified as problems. So if you feel like, or you desire to do business, look for problems. Don't be motivated just because another person is doing a particular business and you want to go into it. You will fail. If your purpose for doing that business is not clear, trust me, you will fail. You have to have a personal purpose, a personal revelation as to why you want to do a particular business, and that should be your drive. All right, that should be your drive. Unlike just looking at somebody because they are making profit, you also want to start it. The truth of the matter is that when you take that path, you discover that you will not be able to make as much or even anything near to what this other person you admired is doing, and that will make you quit and try something else. At the end of the day, your life will be all about trial and error. But if your motive and what is inspiring you is to solve a problem, you will find satisfaction in that. And I think that's one of my major energies behind the idea of business. Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. Round of applause.